Hello, I'm Dung Dinkle. This is not a SOTA, but if it was, the state of Brave would be strong. All right, we got a ton to go over. I got a bunch of notes. I got notes. But first, I want to wish you all, I hope you all had a good Merry Christmas and Happy New Year coming up. And to our Russian comrades, you have Christmas coming up in early January. Wish you a Merry Christmas. So here's a toast to you all. Whew. All right. It's been a holiday week. A lot of stuff goes on during those holidays. Some people can't play. Some people are playing all the time. I'm coming out of my Christmas funk. It's strange to have Christmas in COVID times with your family. Always can't gather. Be strong, people. We'll get all through this. But let's get back to Eve. There's a lot going on. Let's talk about the war first and foremost. So in the beginning of this whole thing, I was very clear that this would be a long, hard war. And nothing has changed in that regard. It continues to drag on. We are seeing, again, the Imperium is getting hammered in Delve. They're kind of waiting for an inevitable hammer blow, which they intend to try and deflect. I don't think that's going to happen. Their current strategy is to attack us and catch. As I've said before, they're a smart and crafty group. It's not a bad strategy, but it kind of counts on us giving up and us leaving the fight, and somehow that makes it easier for them to not be defeated in Delve. It's not going to work, but they're going to try it. So Ketch is now taking the brunt of the goon frustration with the war. You've seen the fleets come through. There's lots of timers going on. But Brave is going to do what Brave always does, and that's get out there and fight. I'll be honest with you all. Unlike some other Alliance leaders, I'm not going to promise you that we're going to win every fight, but we are going to fight. And we have to be realistic about what's going on. This is their Hail Mary pass, if that's an idiom that works for everyone around the world. This is their last-ditch attempt to try and somehow stop this war from coming to their time to be leaving Delve. So the more of us that fleet up for fights, the easier it is for us, the better it is for us. So be ready. Regardless of your skills, there's always a role for you in fleets. It's times like this that we might start seeing frustration leak out into infighting within Brave. This is exactly what the goons want to occur. They want Monday mortar quarterbacking. They want everyone to have an opinion and be frustrated and upset. And it's natural to be upset if we don't win a fight, but let's not let it get to our internal cohesion. That's what they want. And remember, we're all on the same team here. So keep up the good fight when it comes to that. The opponents know that stronger attacks are coming for them very soon. They have spies. They know that the big pushes are coming to really dislodge them from their turtled up positions. And they're doing everything they can to try and somehow reduce the force of that attack. It's not going to work for them. They're going to continue to try and do things. So while we do want to defend Ketch and those timers, I need you to be ready with your clones in T5Z. Have your doctrine ships ready, your capitals and supers ready to go, because when it comes time to knock them back, we are going to knock them back hard. When you're not on a strat op, help with any kind of timers you find in Ketch or Aquarius. They're always happening. I know it's fun to chase roamers around from standing fleet. It can be fun, but you're a much bigger help to the Alliance if you're helping out on timers. So please help participate in the timers. There's a lot of timers in Aquarius that happen quietly. Please engage with them. There's people out there working on it. And definitely in Ketch, work on it. Work on the timers. So let's move on to the next topic. Structures. So as you know, as we've been discussing, we're reducing the number of citadels due to the quantum cores shenanigans that CCP has decided to implement in the game. And we are on track to core everything. For the most part, all of our cores have been purchased, and we are ready to install them widely. Note that no Brave war bonds were needed for us to do this. So I want you to check your assets. There's been people who've been frustrated when something that says move, Citadel's been named to move your stuff to blank has been up there for a few weeks and they haven't moved their stuff, and then the Citadel gets unanchored and they're frustrated. I understand you being frustrated, but we're trying to warn you. So please write down a little note to check all your assets to make sure that nothing you have is in something that we have denoted as move your stuff, because that means you could get it asset safety, which isn't always the easiest thing to get out of. Now, I want to make an extra special, huge shout out to Norman, who behind the scenes has single-handedly managing this entire effort. Everyone in Brave owes him a huge debt of gratitude for all this behind the scenes work in unanchoring, coordinating all the cores, putting up with all this kind of craziness in the middle of the war. So this is a shot especially to Norman. Thank you, Norman, and everyone in Brave should thank you. Whew! All right. Other positive stuff going on. Brave is growing like gangbusters. During the war, Brave has continued to grow. Every week we have new groups joining us. It's really neat to see these corps coming in, being made part of Brave, making a big impact on the day-to-day. It's really neat to see the new flavors of groups coming in. It shows the appeal of our attitude and our culture to other people, that they want to be part of us. So that's a big positive note for Brave. But I would like to ask you a favor. People that are new to Brave don't really know our ways, our methods, just even in mumble, shouting versus whisper. It seems secondary to us to know how that all works, but to some people new, it can be confusing. So please, when people have questions, especially the new corps, don't answer them with memes or one-word answers. Please try and be helpful and bring them into Brave, welcoming and helpfully. These are great people. We want them to feel welcome into Brave and not kind of snubbed by some sort of inside joke. So thank you. So I also want to go over a bunch of appreciations of people that have been doing some hard work both over the year and more recently in the war. So I have it written down on a piece of paper so I don't forget anything. So first I want to thank the Brave recruiters. These are the people who recruit into Brave Newbies proper. Each corp has their own recruiting team, but the Brave Newbies recruiters really do a huge amount of work, thousands of applications, and we continue to add members even during the war, weeding out spies, weeding out people that shouldn't be a part of Brave. So I'm going to read you the top 10 list of the recruiters. These people do a tremendous amount of work. You don't really see any of it, but they're going over people's ESIs and finding out, tracking down things that look suspicious. It's thankless work, but we appreciate it. Number one on the list is Navarin with over 1,000 applications. It's astounding how much Navarin gets done for the Corp. We all owe him much appreciation for the commitment he has to this. Connor also does a tremendous amount. Tian Kamez, who's also one of our key IT people, is number 3 on the list. Javik Andred, our new CAP director, has done a ton of applications this year. Gepa Bo, also doing a ton of applications and helped herding the whole recruitment team. Baron Antolare, I don't get the names right, has also been doing stuff and a special help to me with the Brave United group. Travis Lai, Kel Drostro, also doing a lot of applications, checking them out. Nancy Crow, our former CEO, doing a bunch of work in this. And Oko Tolia, who not only in recruitment, but also working in Postboys to help keep everything fueled. Big appreciation to these people. They really do a good job of trying to keep as many spies out as possible, bringing in good people. It's a real tight-knit community of the recruiters working with each other to get things done. A real model for people in Brave about teamwork. A few more shout-outs I want to make. Special shout-out to Rafe and his corp, Pipe Bomb Pinata, for doing some great work in Aquarius. He's really taken the reins in coordinating some of the Aquarius work, which is fantastic. Huge addition to our alliance, bringing them on board. Kudos to PDE for helping hold down Western Ketch. It can seem far away, but they're out there keeping it brave and it's awesome to have them. They're very committed to the Alliance. It's good to see. And especially Mayhem, they are doing great work in Aquarius. You may not hear a lot of it, but they're really getting stuff done in Aquarius and Moro and working that pipe. Also in Impasse, they're still down there doing stuff in Impasse, keeping the natives from getting too out of control down there. Let's see, a special thanks to the standing FCs who help herd the cats in the standing fleets. Instead of us feeding ships, which hurts me on the inside when we feed ships, they've been doing a great job of coordinating people in standing into some sort of doctrine, not purely kitchen sink, and fighting off the people who come for things in catch. One of my lights went out. It's really reassuring to hear that while I'm working on something, that there's a standing FC taking the reins and making sure that we put up a good fight in catch and impasse. And lastly, I want to give a big kudos to the quiet part of the Alliance, the industry and hauling groups. These folks keep the market stocked with war material. And as I told CCP in my presentation to them, without indie folk, there are no fights, no wars, and no fun. So please extend them a little courtesy that when there's a huge run on something, like Tal Wars, and you people buy up every single rig, it does take a little time for them to restore the market. So they really keep our war machine running, building stuff, hauling stuff, putting it up on the market. It's a hard task to coordinate, and these people are really investing their time and their ISK into the game so that you guys can go out and blow stuff up. So there's plenty more people to thank. I appreciate all of you for being a part of Brave. It's an amazing community to be a part of. When I listen in on comms, hearing people being super serious about fighting in EVE and joking around about their personal lives, talking about their holiday traditions, it's just a wonderful thing to have everybody a part of. And I appreciate each one of you. You all contribute in your own way. And I look forward to a great 2021 in which we can hopefully get past some of the worst stuff that's been going on in the world outside of EVE. So, what else is there to talk about? Well, let me do a shot for everyone I just read on this list of appreciation. I appreciate all of you. Everyone in Brave should appreciate you. Cheers. Woo! Okay, let's talk about communication. With the holidays over, we'll be doing more live meetings to keep people up to date. It's not enough to just have me do a video once a month or an occasional ping and announcements. I think people want to hear a little bit more about what's going on, be able to ask some questions. So we did one earlier this month. We'll probably be doing one again soon. Sorry I didn't get to one last weekend. But hopefully soon we'll be able to all get together and talk some things through. I feel like I've been talking a lot. So, don't chase kitey bullshit. Be brave, not foolish. Have fun. That's all I have on my list. I hope you're doing well. I hope you have a great New Year's. Please be safe out there. The COVID is raging all over the world. So be safe. I want you to be around in 2021 for all our next adventures. So with that, I will ask you to stay classy, have fun, and be brave. Whoo! Yoinks!